Alright, so we got my Whirlpool washer here. I kept draining water while it was trying to cycle. I had to change out the water pump. It wasn't the water pump. I did some more research. Apparently, on these specific models, which you can find the model here, just a sticker inside. This one's WTW 4816FW3. The control boards go out, and so it reads that it's flooding or whatever, so it'll keep pumping. The only way to fix that is to change out the whole control board. So we're going to do that. I'll set that over here. No idea what I'm doing. Alright. Again, not a professional, just a DIY guy. We're going to take off, looks like this, so we can get this back plate off. I'm going to have to disconnect the water. Make sure your water's off. Make sure you're unplugged also. Let me get a wrench. Okay, got the wrench. Just need to loosen it enough. That shouldn't have any water in there. Okay, apparently that was really stiff, and it still had water going to it, so there we go. Now it's easier to unscrew now that there's not a bunch of water pressure. Somewhere right here in Arizona, it's like 110, 120 degrees, so we don't even need the hot water on. We're going to disconnect these. That's too big. What do we got working here? 1/4 inch. That's gonna be our guy. Drill's overkill. You don't need a drill. But I couldn't find my screwdriver, my socket screwdriver, so this is what we're doing right now. Middle. That's 4 screws. Looks like that's everything. Oh, look at that, it just falls right out. Oh, that's cool. Guess we got a little manual in there. I've only had this thing for 2 years, 2.5 years. And we're already having this issue, but like I said, apparently that's a problem that happens. Hopefully that being wet is not going to be an issue. We'll make sure it's fully dry before we turn it on and use it. Okay, so now I got one hand because, again, like I said, Arizona desert. My meta glass is already overheated, and we didn't even get, I don't think, 5 minutes of video. Let's get a putty knife. We're going to pop this off. And then we should be able to lay it down and not start unplugging everything. Okay, got a putty knife. Peek back here so I know exactly where I'm pulling up at. So you can see there's like a little metal clip there. And over here. So we'll start getting that off. And then if you look on the side, there's a clip there. And up top there. Same thing on this side, so. Okay, apparently we got a couple screws right here we're going to take off also. So we'll get those done. Again, I only got one hand. Should be the same 1/4 inch, so we'll get that done. Okay, we took those 4 screws out here, 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 and here. Now we're gonna pull this off. Again, don't forget you got these little clips here, so you can just push in right here on this side. Put a little pressure, that way you don't break them. And I'll get those off. Once you get that, there's these 2 little plastic clips on the ends. Just lift it up and push it out. Again, you don't want to break anything, so you lift up, push it back. That opens up all this. Now, we don't need to touch anything that has to do with the metal. We're only unplugging everything that's connected to the control board. You can't mess it up. None of these are the same size, so we're just gonna start unplugging everything. Then we're gonna set the new one in and pull that out. I'm trying to see how, oh, looks like there's more screws. So there's 4 screws. 2 screws. These sit in with little clips. So it looks like you'll set it in like this and lay it down and then put those screws. So when we take it out, we're gonna unscrew those, pop it, and then tilt it like this and pull it out. Again, I only have one hand right now, so let's get that taken care of. 2 screws out. This isn't lifting, so before I put any more force, we're gonna come over here, and I think we gotta take this off. There we go, just pulls right out. And now they should come out. Yep, it's loose. So like I said before, we're gonna pull this side and then pull this out. But before we do that, let's go ahead and start unplugging everything. There's little clips. I'm gonna push down, pull up. This one has it on the bottom. Push it in, pull it up. This looks like it has it on the sides. It looks like there's little clips here. I'm gonna try to figure out how to get those out, because that's what's holding it all in place. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and unclip all these, and then we'll come back when we're putting the new piece in. Okay, so we got all that disconnected. Like I said, you're gonna pull up and then pull this out. These are the lights, so when we put this back in, we're gonna make sure everything lines up. I'm gonna set this way out of the way, just so when we get our new part out, we don't want to reinstall the new ones. The old one, I meant. So this little piece right here, we're gonna slide in here. This is gonna sit in here. And then we're going to make sure this lines up with all that. And this is going to go through here, because that's what connects to your button. So we'll go here, go in. Okay. I put my meta glasses in the fridge, so hopefully they stay cool for a little while we get this done. And then we're going to turn this to 2. Just because, like I said, we're using a drill, we don't want to break any pieces. This is a little overkill right now. Okay. Now we're going to take all these parts and plug them back in. This got the 2 slits, so it looks like it goes here. And then, what else do we have? This part here. We got this part here. So, because this has all the black, I'm assuming that that's just going to go back here. maybe label these guys. It's gonna go here. It's got those weird three prongs. Although it does look like nothing is duplicated. And I just tried to put that in the wrong way and it wouldn't let me, so far this seems pretty dummy proof. So make sure everything's locked in good. Missing that. Okay, we got a couple wires down here. So this looks like this little guy here. Brackets there, that's there. That's gonna go in there. This is gonna go over here. This cord, I'm gonna stick that back in there. This guy's gonna go back in here. Sweet. And this guy goes right in this little thing here. Okay. And that looks to have done it. So now we're gonna pick this back up. Now that we have all of our things done. Oh, that's one thing that was this one. This went over on top of this and here. This one under here. Now we can stick our two back in there. So everything's back where it needs to be. Now we'll take this. Remember, we're going to go back here over those clips first. There's that one. And that one. Now this should come down. And just clip that. Got some more screws. Screw that back in. Camera's gonna die, so we'll. Okay, so we got those 4 screws in. Now we're just gonna go back over here. Sweet. We got this little guy. This guy is gonna go here. Those 2 slots and over. Screw that back in. Sweet. We'll put our knob back on. This is dummy proof. It has a D shape, so you don't have to remember where you had it last. It'll only fit on one way. But not everything does, so just double check whatever you're messing with, that you check where it's faced. Alright. Come on here. We'll get those as high and tight as we can. Does it look like I stripped those? No, I didn't. There we go. I always push on it and go left until I feel it set down. So while putting pressure, turn it left. And once you feel it set, that's how you know it'll be threaded right. Just so you don't start forcing it. And strip those, because those are plastic. And then we're just going to go, again, take plastic so don't go too tight. Right when you feel like it's tight, just give it a quick little you also don't want it too loose because this is under pressure. You don't want to come home. Okay, glasses died again. So I've complained about this in a couple of my other videos. They overheat really easily. They only record for 3 minutes at a time. So unless you're doing short videos, that was supposed to say videos, but phone also died for a minute there because, like I said, it's hot as hell where I live. Got all this hooked up. Now we're just gonna put the drain back. This a little closer. Push this back just enough. Now here we go. Here's how we'll know, because the last time it was plugged in, it just started draining. It's not draining. Let's lift the lid. Okay, something's not right. Oh, there it goes. Let's see, let's do start. I guess if I didn't have it on drain and spin. Oh shoot. Maybe some water would help. No, that's working. You're supposed to hold it for 3 seconds, it should turn off. Okay. Open the washer. Close it. Cold, cool. Don't forget to turn your water on before you. There we go. So far, so good. So we're gonna let this continue to fill up with water. I'll run a cycle. And I'll let you know if I broke anything. Okay, looks like it's working good. That's great. Just for context, it's this hot out. We really have sweat everywhere. I feel like I just got sprayed with a hose. But this is all done. We made it through the video. This is probably a 15-minute job, not including me having to go back and forth because of all my stuff dying. So hopefully that helped everybody. If you have any extra questions, go ahead and drop it in the comment. Thanks for watching.